Cameras saved. Cameras saved. Cameras saved.
Brisbane ground, good evening. Q-Link 460 Delta with Kilo request clearance to Moranbah. Brisbane delivery and good evening. Q-Link 460 Delta with Kilo request clearance to Moranbah. Copied 460 Delta. Yeah, ready 460 Delta. Q-Link 460 Delta, clear to Moranbah, Brisbane 4 Delta departure, climb 4,000 feet, squawk 6070, first waypoint Sugley, 19 right and 1228 after departure.
Brisbane ground. Good evening, IFR to Sydney, ready to copy.
Oxley 218, you're looking to Sydney via Sailing, flight time route, runway 19 left, Sailing 2 departure, initial climb to 4000, squawk 6022, and departures on Unicom.
Clear to Sydney is fold. Initial climb 4,000 feet, squawking 6022, departures on Unicom. And can you repeat the runway one more time for me, please? Velocity.
So before pre-flight checklist, flight deck check left and right, battery switches
19 left for departure.
are
Velocity 218.
4 on, reading 28.3 volts. Altimeters, that's it, they should be 1015,
937, push
reading 40 feet. Park brake on, fuel is 3,620 kilos. Seat signs on, checklist complete, and we are ready for start. Brisbane ground, Q-Link 460 Delta, stand 1 Bravo, request startup.
Q-Link 406 Delta, startup approved, and squawk by Charlie.
Start approved and setting squawk 460 Delta. Okay, before start, let's just close the door. Bleeder goes off, beacon on. Closed, closed. Disk and off. Ground ready start 2, number 2 is clear.
And November Sierra, any chance we can taxi down to International for some sightseeing on the way?
And start checklist, doors, fuel is out, anti-collision is red, engines cleared left and right.
Romeo November Sierra, if it's at all possible, we'd like to taxi down to International and Logistics for a bit of sightseeing.
Pressure's coming up, fuel,
Yeah,
oil,
definitely. You can taxi
everything
Bravo
looks
Zulu
good.
onto Alpha and hold short, Bravo 4. Bravo Zulu onto Alpha and hold short, Bravo 4, Romeo November Sierra.
And cleared start number 1.
Alpha 4, Romeo November Sierra.
Fuel flow, oil pressure, hydraulic pressure, ITT is rising, prop rising, just waiting for start select light to go out. Start complete. APU comes off. Clear signal from ground. And we'll derate the takeoff.
Velocity 218, requesting
Power
start
saw,
with
line.
103.
Set flap. Auto feather, tank aux pumps. Hydraulics. Check
Velocity 28.
the systems with elevator. Turn it off. And captain's flow, bus tie, pitot heat, window heat. And just check everything. Rudder test. Spoilers test. Yaw damper comes on and nose wheel steering comes on.
Romeo, November, Sierra, continue Alpha, Bravo 9, Bravo, and hold short Charlie 10.
Alpha, Bravo, Alpha not, Bravo 9.
Start checklist.
And what was
First
that?
tie is
Bravo, hold
off.
short Charlie 10.
Spoilers.
Bravo,
Taxi.
hold short Charlie 10.
Standby
November,
HUD
Sierra.
PTU is on. Normal indications. Autofed select. Tank OC. Pumps on. Trims. We have 1, 2, 3 set. Flaps 5 set and checked. All clear. Received. Checklist complete.
Class 937, taxi Charlie 1.
And
Bravo,
battery
hold short
draw is below 0.10.
Bravo, hold short Yankee, class
Nav.
937.
And terrain on. Q-Link 460 Delta, request taxi.
Q-Link 460 Delta, taxi Charlie 1, hold short, Bravo.
Taxi Charlie 1, hold short, Bravo, Virus, Q-Link 460 Delta. Okay. Charlie 1 and Bravo is...
Q-Link 460 Delta, taxi Charlie 1, Charlie, hold short Yankee.
Charlie 1, Charlie, hold short, Yankee, Q-Link 460 Delta. Charlie 1, Charlie, hold short, Yankee, let's see. Yankee is the crossing east-west. So we'll take a left turn, Charlie 1, left, Charlie, hold short, Yankee. Parking brake off, taxi light on, and it's a long taxi. We can have a little bit of bleed air on. Give them some heat.
And remember, Sierra, if we can just go Charlie 10 and then down the international apron over to our departure runway, that'd be good, thanks.
Sure you don't want to taxi down to Papa?
I don't quite have the patience for that today.
Romeo, November, Sierra, taxi in Charlie 10 and then out Charlie 9.
Charlie 10, Charlie 9, would you just like it to hold there?
And hold short Bravo.
Hold short Bravo, Romeo, November, Sierra.
Qantas 937, short of Yankee.
Class 937, continue Bravo, Bravo 1, holding point Alpha 1.
Continue Bravo, Bravo 1, holding point Alpha 1, Qantas 937.
Cruising 2216, request taxi.
Cruising 2216, taxi Charlie 1, Charlie, hold short Yankee.
Charlie 1, Charlie, hold short Yankee, cruising 2216.
Continue Yankee, hold short Sierra, Q-Link 460 Delta.
Q-Link 460 Delta, turn right onto Whiskey 2 and then turn left onto Yankee.
Yeah, sorry about that, wrong turn. Whiskey 2 Yankee to hold short Sierra 460 Delta.
Qantas 937, holding Alpha 1, ready for departure.
Qantas 937, contact tower.
What's tower? Thanks for the HC. Qantas 937.
Velo City 218, request taxi.
Velocity 218, squawk mode Charlie.
Squawking mode Charlie, Velo City 218.
Velocity 218, taxi, Whiskey 2, Yankee 2, Zulu, hold short, Bravo.
Okay.
Whiskey 2, Yankee 2, hold short of Bravo, Velo 218.
Well, that's a big scenery bug.
Q-Link 460 Delta, continue Sierra 5, holding point.
Sierra 5 holding 19 right, Q-Link 460 Delta. Yeah, if I can find it in here.
Cruising 2316, continue Whiskey 1 Yankee, hold short Sierra.
Whiskey 1 Yankee, hold short Sierra, cruising 2216.
Velocity 218, hold short Yankee.
Hold short of Yankee, Velocity 218.
Good evening, ground. This is Speedbird 54, gate 71. Requesting clearance down to Melbourne, runway 19 left via San Egg 1 departure. Info leaving on board QNH 1015.
Speedbird 54, clear to Melbourne via San Egg, flight plan route, runway 19 left, San Egg 2 departure, initial climb of 6,000, score 4556, and departures on Unicom.
Squawking 4556, QNH 101, thank you.
Speedbird 54, can you bring back your clearance?
Clear down to Melbourne,
Just
runway
get
19
ready.
left via San Egg 1 departure as filed. Squawking 4556.
This is the San Egg 2 departure.
Apologies, San Egg 2 departure, thank you.
Speedbird 54. Velocity 218, continue.
Continue, Velocity 218.
Q-Link 460 Delta Sierra 5 ready for departure.
460 Delta, contact tower.
Tower, Q-Link 460 Delta. Brisbane Tower, Q-Link 460 Delta, CR5 ready for departure.
Q-Link 460 Delta, Brisbane Tower, g'day, runway 19 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff runway 19 right, Q-Link 460 Delta. Okay, clear takeoff, lining up in this forest. Rolling takeoff, my controls. Set power detent, power set. $80 knots. V1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Gear up checked. Select LNAV. LNAV selected. 400 feet, flaps 0.
Q-Link 460 Delta, control service terminated, Monty Unicom 122, this is Mike, g'day.
Unicom 1228, have a good day. Q-Link 460 Delta. Flap 0 checked. Autopilot engaged. Climb power 900. Unicom 1228. Climbing out nicely, indicate airspeed 185, and we'll just push this to 220. And we'll do a direct Sagli, that's the first point. Sagli direct. Released cabin.
Brisbane
saying good day, Black 28 for level 300.
2 in Navy 151 Melbourne, San good day. When ready, descend to fly level 250.
Center, good evening. Q-Link 460 Delta, inbound Sugly, climbing 220.
3460 Delta, Melbourne, Brisbane, San good day. Identified, climb to flight level 220.
Climb flight level 220, Q-Link 460 Delta.
Black at 28 Brisbane, San good day. Squawk 4032.
Brisbane said hello, destinate 19 flight level 3, inbound clear.
Just 19, San good day. Black at 828, squawk 4032.
4032, Black Cat 28.
UBS 87 said good day, flying back.
UBS 87 Brisbane, San good day. Do you send a flight level 130, standby?
130, UBS 87.
Brisbane Centre, just 23, maintaining flight level 360.
Just 23, San good day, identified.
Brisbane Centre, good evening, Qantas 841, maintaining flight level 370.
Say 41 Brisbane Centre, good evening, squawk 4011.
4011, Qantas 841.
Tower 46 Golf, don't have a further frequency requirements for you. Identification and control services terminate. Frequency change approved. Enjoy your flight.
Frequency change approved, goodbye. Sorry, 460.
GPS 87 expects eyeless approach from 119 left, descent to 6,000 by the star, QNH 101, sorry, 1015.
Lights go off. We forgot the climb checklist.
Expect ILS runway 19
Wind flow.
left of descend the other side.
Climb checklist, gears up, flaps 0. Pressurization is checked, altimeters standard. Checklist complete.
Okay.
Little bit worried about those clouds.
Qantas 455 approaching top of descent now.
Qantas 455 when ready, descend to flight level 250. And for sequencing, correction, for sequencing, speed on descent to 60 knots.
When ready, descend flight level 250, and for sequencing, slowing down to 260 knots, Qantas 455.
Speedbird 25 Lima Center. Speedbird 25 Lima Melbourne Center.
Speedbird 255 Lima with you.
25 Lima Link. So you in contact with your company Speedbird 25 Lima Hotel?
Negative for Speedbird 25 Lima.
25 Lima, roger.
We'll change to pitch. This seems fine for now.
Brisbane Touch, good day, correction, Brisbane Centre, good day, cruising 2216, power, maintain 5000.
Cruising 2216 Brisbane Centre, good day, you're indicating squawk 2000, squawk 4315.
4315, cruising 2216.
Speedbird 25 Lima, when ready, descend to flight level 250.
Flight level 250 for Speedbird 25 Lima.
At Speedbird 25 Lima, maintain 290 knots on descent.
Maintain 290 knots on descent, Speedbird 25 Lima.
Cruising 2216, I'm still indicating you at squawk 2000. Just verify, have you set your squawk code to 4315?
Okay, we have for cruising 2216.
2216, roger. Get your transponder checked when you can. You are identified. Climb to flight level 380.
Climb to flight level 380, we'll traffic to cruising 2216.
That is one big wall of clouds. So in real life we would have weather radar to see if there's any cells, and looking at this we would probably not enter it and ask for deviations, but it's very big, so maybe going around the right side to see if we could climb above it. But it's the sim, let's see what happens.
When ready, flight level 250, Qantas 841, and no chance of 16 left tonight, is there?
841, I can offer 16 left. It's just a little bit of a sequencing challenge from people from the east.
Understood, we'll stick with 16 right, thanks, Qantas 841.
Jetstar 724, contact me 128 decimal 4, expect star clearance.
1284, Jetstar 724.
Center, Jetstar 724 with you. Jetstar 724, Melbourne Centre, g'day, cleared, rivet for arrival, runway 16
minus 16, below prop heat, and engine intake open, increase rough speed.
And when ready, 250, Jetstar 724. Centre, good evening. Speedbird 25 Lima Hotel with you, flight level 360.
Quite a lot of turbulence in this build-up, so not something we would fly in real life.
Roger, we'll refile and 310 degrees, Speedbird 25.
Oh yeah, it's working.
New Zealand 500 engage, leave the cockpit for 5 minutes.
New Zealand 51, roger, report back. Actually, I'll tell you what, New Zealand 51, I don't have any frequency requirements for you. Your control services terminate, frequency change approach, g'day.
Frequency change approach, New Zealand 51. See ya! See ya!
Stations Melbourne information, November now, can changes on request.
310 degrees.
25 Lima Hotel, affirmative, heading 310, I have one aircraft to the west, just need a sequence in front of you.
Copy 310 degrees and we'll refile 25 Lima Hotel.
Jetstar 23, contact me 130 decimal 9.
1309, just 23.
UPS 87, descend to 4000, cleared ILS approach, runway 19 left.
UPS 87, cleared ILS 19 left. Can you repeat that?
Gotta get it working here.
4000.
4000, cleared ILS, UPS 87.
So, if we don't get out of this soon or get on top at 220, I'll ask for 240. Let's see if that helps.
Brisbane Centre, g'day, cleared smoke 1 Alpha, runway 19 right, descend flight level 130.
Luna 1 Alpha arrival, question, smoke 1 Alpha arrival at runway 19.
Increasing 2216 now, where have we got now?
2216, thank you, identified.
Just 23, flight level 360.
Sorry, station calling second.
Just 823, flight level 360.
Yes, sorry, 23 Brisbane Centre, thank you, cleared.
Just lower the nose a little bit so we are not as close to stall speeds with this.
44 Alpha, 16 right, when ready, flight level
We might get a big bump
just 23.
and get a stick shaker.
Lima, clear direct Sadler.
Pre-level, We have standard 220.
Clear
And
to
I will ask
Sadler,
for
4
240.
25 Lima. Qantas 455, reduce further 250 knots.
Velocity 218, Brisbane departure with you.
Hello, velocity 218, Santa Ana, identified. Say level.
Airflight level 1,800 feet.
Velocity 218, Brisbane Centre, roger, climb via SID, flight level 200.
Flight level 200, velocity 218.
Q-Link 460 Delta, request climb 240 to try and get on top.
Flight 460 Delta, roger, climb amended, flight level 240.
Climb 240 Q-Link 460 Delta.
Jetstar 203, when ready, descend to flight level 250.
240 set, altitude select.
Jetstar 203, when ready, descend to flight level 250.
When ready, 250, just a 203.
Nav 151, direct to Mangle, Christian Mountain, Gambia is available advice.
Is there any top? Yep. Will we reach it though?
Nav 151, direct Mount Gambia is available advice.
So, real life, we have a clear path to the left.
19, contact me, 130
We have more left to go on our routing. So we would ask for just fly on vectors or something. Or since we're pretty alone out here, we could self-navigate if they allow us.
Black SN850X, check shortening, reclear direct descended.
Direct Senate, Black SN850X.
Speed 25 Lima, descend to 10,000, QNH 1015.
Descend to 10,000, QNH 1015 for speedbird 25 Lima.
Qantas 455, descend to 10,000, QNH 1015.
Descend 10,000, Sydney QNH 1015, Qantas 455.
And UPS 87 is established on the ILS.
UPS 87, roger, contact Brisbane Tower 120.5.
120.5, UPS 87, have a good day. See ya.
Center Jetstar 119.
Jetstar 19, Center, g'day, cleared Bori 4 Alpha arrival, runway 16 left. When ready, descend to flight level 250.
Cleared 44 Alpha, arrival, runway 16 left, when ready to descend, flight level 250,
Pre-level,
Jetstar 119.
standard 240.
Jetstar 23, clear direct... No, if I could, clear direct Satlow.
Direct to Satlow, Jetstar 23.
Jetstar 19, reclear direct Satlow.
Direct Satlow, Jetstar 19.
And Center Jetstar 724 is beginning descent.
Jetstar 724.
Descend we request landing runway 19 left is a possible Qantas 99.
Cosine 89, roger, change runway 19 left, expect ILS approach, descend by start of 5,000.
Roger, 19 left for ILS approach, thank you, and descend to 5,000 feet, Qantas 99.
Jetstar 203, descend to 9000, begin H1017.
1017, Jetstar 203.
It was 455, speed now 260 knots or less.
Speed now 260 knots or less, Qantas 455.
Speed at 25 Lima, maintain 290 knots till passing flight level 150, then your normal speeds.
Max cruise 856.
Maintain 290 knots until passing 150 feet, and then resume normal speed, speed at 25 Lima.
Navigator 151, direct to Mount Gambier, available advice.
You will take that Navigator 151.
Navigator 151, clear direct Mount Gambier.
Direct Mount Gambier, Navigator 151.
As 999, continue descent to 4000, clear ILS approach, runway 19 left.
Continue descent 4000, clear ILS approach, runway 19 left, FNS 99.
So we don't want to go into the build-ups ahead, but we have a turn coming up to the left in just a minute here.
Qantas A41, adjust speeds as required to cross Sadler.
If that doesn't work, we'll ask for even more to the left.
Cross Sadler at time 13, Qantas A41.
Or maybe they're just tying out by themselves.
Quebec 460, Delta identification, Christian, leave most base to the north, identification and control services terminate, frequency change approved, good day.
Was that for Q-Link 460 Delta?
460 Delta, affirmative, there's no further ATC to the north, identification and control services terminate, frequency change approved, enjoy your flight.
Thank you, 1228, have a nice day, Q-Link 460 Delta. Good. So, the weather has suddenly died out and we're free to navigate anyway. Now it's just a low overcast ceiling here, so yeah. Nice sunset flight northwards towards Moranbah. Let's just check. We are... What speed are we filed today? 329 true. 314 at the moment. Let's just remove the yokes. So, cabin is released again. We can turn off prop heat and ref speeds. Intake doors remain open since we opened them already. A lot of headwind. But 1 hour and 10 minutes to go. 326, we can reduce the torque a few percent. So the cruise speed has stabilized. Just as a reminder, we'll put in a VNAV path. Approximately 2000 is normal, plus or minus. With a lot of headwind and relatively low weight, we can probably put it a little bit higher. You put it lower if you have tailwind and heavy aircraft. But 2000 is a nice reminder anyway. So, but we don't have any approaches and limits. So Nippon is our final fix. There are no arrivals available. So I'll just quickly have a look if I can find any weather for Moranbah. They're not showing up with an ATIS. And no METAR. Looks like there's, according to Windy, 2 knots from the north. So I think we'll take runway 34, and that's straight in, saves us a little bit of time. They have a RMP approach. Let's see, can we find it here? YMRB. No weather. So, approach 34. Okay. Looks like we can take Mike X-ray to Sierra Golf as our transition straight in. So we'll add that, runway 34, no star, RMP, or rather RNAV, to Sierra Golf. Good flight plan. Ketten, GLA, RK, Bumet Nippon, no link, let's remove it, select line key and delete. good. Minima. LNAV, VNAV, no categories, so it's 1120. Speed is a little low. Let's just increase a couple of percent. So 1120, and we want MDH. (1120) is set. We'll use the auto-calculate. It's a little bit off, but it's close enough. I'll try to make an en route calculation in the real performance tool while we're on the way. Other than that, we can also check. Let's see, flight plan 343 is the final approach course. Airport elevation 770. So we'll adjust the landing altitude. 1000 feet, so 500, about there. Looks good. Final approach fixed is MX20 Fox at 2410, so I'll double check that on the way in if we're not visual. So RMP runway 34, 12-2 plate. We've checked the final approach course. And in case of missed approach, track direct Mike X-ray 20 hotel, track 343, climb 3500, and that's the same as the MSA 770 on airport elevation. That's set. For LNAV, VNAV, local QNH and temperature required. Procedure temperature range is -5 to +60, so wide range. They don't simulate temperature corrections in the FMS on this add-on, or else we would do that. We can put it up just a little bit, 50, just to have a little bit of a safety margin, since I'm guessing it's a little bit colder up here. Let's see. It's actually 19 degrees at the moment, so no correction is needed. Looks good. We'll just go straight in. 3-degree glide slope, so no big issues to slow down. Sierra Golf, Sierra India, Fox, and then Hotel 35. So that's just, we can fly missed approach in LNAV. So inbound kitten, 119 to go. Yeah, a lot of headwind. We have plenty of fuel, so we'll just keep max cruise going. Save some time. Just keep it in a flight detent, and the FADEC will take care of the rest. Everything else looks good. Cabin temp about 20 degrees, also good. Now I can put in the VNAV to have a reminder. So over 1 hour to top of descent. That's fine. One thing to note about the VNAV on the dash is it calculates the descent path or angle at the moment and speed that you are inputting your target. So if your speed changes, this will change. As you can see, it's updating all the time. Meaning you will have to pay a little bit of attention to this, especially if you have a lot of speed changes or wind changes. We can also do a VNAV 2 to a specific waypoint, and that will give us VNAV from present position. So it might give us a very shallow descent. So, for example, this is far ahead, but if I press enter, yeah, we can start a descent now to about 250. But we don't want that, we want it later on, 2000. So, what's the time difference from UTC in Australia? Looks like plus 10. Giving us... no. You'd see plus 10, yeah. Yeah, okay. I don't have the live time. Like that. Well, that's still not correct. It's 15. Yeah, that's right. 15. Good, yeah. It's very boring to look at though. I think we'll change it a little bit. Nice evening flight. So we have top of descent coming up. And as you might have seen, I just reprogrammed the approach a little bit since there's no star here. And Nippon was a waypoint over the airport. So I just took a direct Mike X-ray 20 Golf. We have a VNAV profile for that. A lot of headwind, so distance to airport is not a lot at the moment. VNAV says we should start down. I'll just start this down a little bit. All should select. Vertical speed minus 500 is a very good start. And then you can arm the VNAV. That should give you a nice smooth transition from vertical speed to VNAV. Since there's no ATC here, we'll just put this at 3005. That's the platform altitude for the RMP runway 34 into Moranbah. So 3005, altitude select. Remember to watch the power since there's no auto throttle. And the aircraft will happily overspeed during the approach if you don't watch out, especially when the VNAV kicks in with 2000 plus feet per minute. And we already had a look at approach. We can do it again. So we have RMP runway 34. We are direct Mike X-ray to Sierra Golf. We'll continue to 20 India. And our final approach fix to Sierra Fox 2410. And if we get a missed approach, track direct to Mike X-ray to Sierra Hotel 343, climb 3500. That's all in the box, so we can fly it in LNAV if we want to. But it's just straight ahead, so we start with heading and then continue LNAV and vector ourselves for a new approach if needed. And while I did that, the VNAV got captured. We're overspeeding. In my opinion, this add-on is a little bit slippery. So even with flight idle, it takes a little bit to slow down. But yeah, depending on weight, winds, etc., you might get that. But especially in the final part of your approach with condition levers 850, we'll have a look at that. In my opinion, just a little bit too slippery. So we've started down. We can just keep an eye on the VNAV page as well. That will give us our current vertical speed target. It should stay at about 2000 up here. And when we get closer, we will see it start to decrease as the air gets more dense, airspeed gets lower. That will also help us slow down in the end. On the way down, we have to do the approach flow. First of all, we have approximately 10 minutes. It says 8 minutes here, but we will also slow down and maneuver a little bit. So 10 to 12 minutes is actually on ground time. But 10 minutes is a good time. Give the cabin and PA call. Just let them know we are 10 minutes out. Give the usual talk about weather, landing conditions. Today it's very nice. It's should be just high clouds as it looks like now. We don't have a METAR or ATIS. Give it a little bit more power to keep about 240 in the descent. And when we reach 10,000, we'll do lights and approach flow with the pumps. Since we already set the altitude, we can go ahead and set the QNH. And the closest one on the coast at Townsville is 1016 at the moment, so that we'll take that. This aircraft has an FMS version with the descent prediction banana, like more modern aircraft like the Boeing and Airbus. Not all aircraft has this. There's a lot of different small variations. Like this one also has just one warning and one caution light. The ones I fly have one set on each side. This is the old style of clock. There's at least 2 styles of clocks. So we're not on live time, but this should give us a nice little sunset approach and landing into Moranbah. So 1016 is set, passing 165, set and cross-checked. And we'll also put that for the standby instrument. On the roof, everything looks good for now. Like I said, 10,000 we'll do lights. And when we set the approach flaps, we'll also do bleeds to min. Oh, very nice. Little bit of precipitation, but yeah, it went away. Quite hot here right now, so there is potential for icing if we have precipitation, so we'll just put that on props, anti-ice on for now, so that heats up the leading edge of the props. Speed looks good. We are on target, and we have a speed constraint when we're reaching about 8,600 feet. We need to be below 242. So just, if you're not comfortable with slowing down, you can descend at a higher airspeed higher up and just use the tools you have available to slow down for before 9,000 feet. But today we'll just take it nice and slow, and like I said, this aircraft feels a little bit more slippery than the real thing. So I just take it nice and slow here, so we don't end up in an overspeed situation. Can happen. Not too often, but if you're not careful, it will happen. So the scenery here today is it's default airport scenery, but I'm running X-Plane map enhancement with the latest Bing tiles. So this should be closer to Microsoft FlyJSim. But even at least 2020 running older Bing maps, you have map enhancement for Microsoft FlyJSim as well. Okay, coming up on 10,000, we'll just say that the cabin has reported clear. So we usually do one light for 10,000, approach light for cabin clear, and then we do the taxi light on for landing clearance. Since it's getting a bit darker, we can put tail logo light on as well. Precipitation was gone, so we'll do ice protection partial. Speed is a bit high, so I'll do idle. We'll start zooming in. So in at least the aircrafts I fly, we have another row of lights above the FMS that would show us if we have an LPV, LNAV, VNAV, or just LNAV approach. That would be armed at 30 miles from the airport. So right now we can say LNAV, VNAV approach armed. It also it shows in the nav page, so that should be up at this point. And just to do it equal on both sides, yeah, we don't have the approach arm there, so never mind, we'll just do it right side. Speed, as you can see, is now constricted. So, well, it's still coming down, but it's nice just staying at this speed. At 20 India, we are at 10 miles from the airport. And 10 miles it's nice to be about 200 knots. So we're a bit high on the speed, but it's coming down. If needed, we'll use the props as well to slow down. But this should be a nice visual approach. Turning in here. A lot of mining going on, so as far as I could see, Moranbah is a very big mining town, served by multiple flights a day by Q-Link. And we have contact, airport in sight, speed is coming down. To Sierra, India, about 3.5 miles. A little bit of rain, but it's plus 13 degrees, so that doesn't matter. And yeah, passing 10, we should have put the pumps on as well. So we'll do that now. Approach checklist, we haven't read it, but it's complete. And it says approach briefing complete, VREF. I've calculated in the official speed tools we have. And it gave me a 122 for the ref and a 149 for VFTO. So VREF 122. We have scale change, so that should give us an approach active, meaning we can remove the altitude select. So it's auto-tuning the LNAV VNAV approach. Should give us that here in a magenta now. Yep. RNAV34 approach active, and our missed approach altitude was, let's see, 3,500, and that's set. So speed is a little bit high, but it's coming down, and we don't need to be configured before we are 5 miles final and do the landing checklist. That's radio altimeters, and the call would be 1016 passing 3002. So we have Moranbah in the background of the airport. The new X-Plane 12.2 lighting is very nice. It's getting closer to Microsoft FlyJSim. Okay, speed below 200. We can do flaps 5, gear down. And that means giving the call, cabin call. Bleed to min. Check that ice protection is where it should be. And let's say we get clear to land now as well. Speed is coming down nicely. So you're gonna get a lot of nuisance messages, even more in ILS. We just support the speed now, keep it about 140 until we get closer, and my landing speed will be about 130, 35. It's very common to add at least 10 knots even on a nice calm days like today. And we see the wind speed has just died down from the 95 knots headwind we had. It's now probably less than 10 knots, less than 5. So we'll just keep the speed coming down a little bit. Yeah, okay, we're way too close. I'll do flaps 15. And we have reduced MP landing checklist. Gear down through green, flaps 15 set and checked, and condition level is 850 max, wings checked left and right, cabin clear received, checklist complete, clear to land. A little bit late. And autopilot disengage. So 850 on the condition levels for landing is a bit more sluggish. In my opinion, it feels overly sluggish in X-plane. But you wouldn't use 850 if you have wind shear or other weather. So we'll just keep it coming down. We're visual now, so we can accept 3 reds.
50, 40, 30, 20.
And I'll just keep it up. Yep. And we're going to beta. And start braking. "60 knots, control locks on. And captain takes control. Oh, you will just turn around here, flaps 0. And the first officer would now do the after landing flow. First is flaps up. Just taxi as well here, so 2 things at one time. And we do bus tie. Ice protection goes all off. Lights stay until we exit the runway. Just pull up the taxi chart. It's not a very big airport, so we'll do delta into the parking. So flaps up, and let's see if I can just see this. Spoilers down, yaw damper goes off, and fuel pumps go off. Sys, fuel sys on the screens gives us fuel on the left side for refueling, and electrics on the first officer side. Weather radar goes off, and we are exiting the runway. Lights go off and red. We just park straight in. Taxi light comes off. And in a 2-pilot operation, we would also shut down engine number 1 for the taxi. This is nice parking. Parking brake on. And feather. First officer turns off the bleeds and the emergency lights. If you have a company frequency, you put that on COM2, and you do 2000 on squawk. Turn it over and press the button, hold it to go to standby. And the captain will ask for ground power, external power on. He will release the seat signs. And let's call for GPU. That's on the bus. Very nice. And it's a 30-second cooldown on the engines. Should be about now. Turn off. Wait for props to stop spinning. So they're spooling down nicely. And we can turn off the beacon. Just double check everything is where it should be. Turn off nose wheel steering so it's ready for an eventual pushback on startup. And we do the checklist, shutdown checklist, park brake on, nose wheel steering off, external power APU is on, battery switches, and that's 4 off when we have external power. It's 4 on if we're on the APU. Shutdown checklist complete, and we can start unloading. So that's the flight today from Brisbane to Moranbah. We had a flight time. That's not accurate because I changed the times to get nicer sunsets. But it should be about close to 2 hours. We used 1,918 kilos of fuel, so we would put that in our AFB and send a report with flight times to the company. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed flying with me on this Dash 8. And plan is to continue streaming some interesting airports approaches with 400 and other aircraft. And I will also be releasing some quick tutorials for the 400. Just basic operations to start off with. So you can look forward to that on the channel. Please subscribe if you like more 400 and the FlyJSim content, and I'll see you next time.